11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
"13 miles of scenic driving, hiking and trails, plants and wildlife, camping, cultural resources, and much more here at Red Rock Canyon in Las Vegas, Nevada, the home of the Las Vegas Fury. 9 a.m. local time here for the early kickoff to beat the heat. It's still 88 degrees in the desert, and it's about to get hotter in the stadium as the Las Vegas Fury take on the Florida Storm. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining me tonight in the booth, Ryan Caudale. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Andy. Thank you for having me, and I'm excited for this matchup between these two teams. Florida's looking good this week. I'm sure they are here to put up a fight against the Fury, and you know the Fury will not go down without one. Silver
State Stadium, the site for this morning's game, and two good quarterbacks lead this one off, Ron Cochran and Tom Rahman. The Florida Storm getting a win last week against the Fort Worth Toros 30-10 down in Florida. Las Vegas was on the road in Queen City, could not come away with the victory. 17-31 the final there. But week 7 wipes the slate clean, and it's time to get back to football. Ryan, what are the keys to victory for these two teams?
The biggest key is going to be penetrating the other's defense. Both of these defenses coming into this game are top tier, really good, and it's up to these quarterbacks to develop some good drives, get their wide receivers into open spaces, find the space between the zones, and get the ball upfield. You have to get some points on the board, or else you're not going to be winning this game.
We will step aside shortly and be right back for SFL Week 7 action. Don't go anywhere. The 20-yard line to the 24, and that is where we will see Tom Rahman and this Las Vegas offense. Scott Johnson, the halfback, Doug Britton, the fullback, A-Star Miramontes, John Blades, LZ Pryor, and Mason Kirby, the 4 receiving threats, and Garrison Blue, the tight end, round out this offensive unit for the Fury. Put up 17 points last week on the road. 4-4 look out of Florida to start this one off. 2 in the backfield. First play from scrimmage. Rahman blown up in the backfield. Florida's defense brings the blitz, and it rings home a big play for Eric Hammer.
And I told you at the top of this broadcast, it's going to be defense that is going to be the key to this game, and Eric Hammer ensuring that that is the case here. He gets an early sack on the day.
Born in Chicago, Illinois, from Dallas. After that, enjoys golf, 2 deployments in the Middle East, and now in the Navy Reserves. Thank you for your service, sir. Here is the throw on second down. Outside is caught, and Blades will pick up 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, and now the Fury are kind of in a bind here. That sack early was so huge. They didn't get a lot of gainage on that second down play. So now you have a really long 3rd and 12, and Florida has a chance for an early 3-and-out.
4 wide. Here's Rahman on a 7-step drop. Pressure coming, and down he goes again. Eric Hammer make it 2 on the day.
He must have had a really good breakfast this morning, because he is feeling it this morning, getting to the quarterback. 2 on this drive, and 2 with 3 plays. That is everything that a coach would want from your linebacker.
First round, 9th overall pick in this season's rookie draft, and that just goes to show you there, Ryan, that you can get right in this league and make a huge impact, as that punt is away, and it'll be brought across the 50 to the Fury side of the field. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the world's first controlerless esport where strategy and AI, instead of your thumbs, determine the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation. Results play out live in real time. Hundreds of viewers are turned scouts, players, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new type of virtual reality. Visit simulationfl.net for more information. Ron Cochran, first play for this Florida offense, has his receiver. Left side, Optimus Klein to the 24.
And what a play for the Storm. They are coming out firing on all cylinders here in the first quarter. Just a huge bomb to Optimus Klein there, getting a huge gain. And the field position where they started in Las Vegas territory, and they're almost in the red zone after 1 play.
6'4", 225, 8th-year veteran Optimus Klein. Now Cochran, blitz coming, avoids the pressure, finds Como on this left side, and you see right over there in the chat, Ryan, Optimus Klein there saying that was his first ever punt return, and he caps it off with a big reception on the left side. If you want to get involved in the chat with these players and coaches, you can head over to twitch.tv/FTFnext, twitch.tv/FTFnext. Chat with players, coaches. Let us know you're here for the first time, and we'll give you a shout-out. Cochran on 2nd down almost throws it away.
And that is going to be a huge key to this game, is the turnovers. And these quarterbacks have to be careful with the ball. They have to protect the ball and make sure they're not turning the ball over. Because this Las Vegas defense, they love to get that football when they're on defense. And that was just another chance for them to get a turnover.
Eric Davis made the deflection, the 5th-round pick for the Fury. Going through this Florida offense, Ron Cochran leads the way. J.W. Doyle, the halfback. Stephen Bush, Jeff Como, E.J. Minson, and Optimus Klein, the receiving threats, along with Veridin Zarkov, the rookie. And the offensive line, Deontay Stoneville and Claude Luge, round out this offense for Florida. Cochran on 3rd and 4 is deflected and incomplete. Was trying to find Como, but the Fury come up with a stop.
Yeah, the Fury defensive line there getting some pressure onto Cochran, making him throw that ball away early. The receiver wasn't ready for it. Defense also made a play on that. And now Florida, after a good first play from scrimmage, they come up short, and now they're going to have to kick a field goal.
Ethan Sneed comes on to kick this one, 36 of 36 in his career, 100% with a career long of 52, and last week Ryan was able to hit from 51. This one is good now, 37 of 37, and it gives the Storm a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, good drive by Florida, set up by their defense. They held the Fury to negative yardage on their first drive, and they got some great field position out of it. They're able to get a good play, take advantage of the field position they're given, and some early points on the board is really great for Florida.
5-play, 30-yard drive results in 3 points for the Storm, and now they send it back to the Las Vegas Fury. Return here will come out across the 20 to the 23-yard line, and that'll set us up for the Fury's second drive on offense. Let's run through the Florida defense that got him off the field last time. Alex Dominguez, Alessandro Tomaello, and Raymond Jones III are the defensive line. John Neville's the brand new rookie linebacker, just signing this last week. Eric Hammer, the other linebacker. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, and Adam Jones are the cornerbacks. Ryan Tobin, the free safety, and Andrew Francis, the strong safety, rounds out this unit. Here is the pressure, and down goes Ramen again. That's Alex Dominguez.
The man himself, Alex Dominguez, adds another sack to his total this season that puts him at 2. And the Florida defensive line is getting to the quarterback early, and that is so huge for the entire team. It negates field position for Las Vegas. It sets the offense up for success if they get the ball. This is huge for Florida.
Bump and run on the outside here. 2nd and 15 from the Fury 17. Ramen, pressure coming, has to unload. Caught, and a late hit penalty is going to add yardage onto that. A very good play for John Blades.
Yeah, way to get that ball into space, and he takes the late hit. That just adds on some extra yards, and that's a really bad penalty for Florida. They had some good field position going. That sack helped them a lot, and now they're just going to move way up the field, Vegas is, and they're going to have some decent field position going into this new set of downs.
We'll move them down the field here as we take a look. Oh, just beat Evan Carroll off the line there, and Carroll tries to catch him and just couldn't slow the momentum down. Looks like he might have tripped there. And either way, it'll be more yardage for the Las Vegas Fury. That just their 5th offensive play. 3 of the 5 have been sacks, Ryan, Mark Lopez, and Stephen Hacker giving us that stat from the truck. And so it sets them up with a new set of downs at the 47. First handoff to Scott Johnson, blown up by Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer's having a huge game already. 2 sacks and a tackle for loss. That is a big game for him. And I think a big part of this game is going to be coming from the run game as well. Even though we've seen these great quarterbacks, both the defenses aren't great against the rush. So we'll see how they stack up against each other today.
Split backs. Ramen fires, caught. That is good for 9 yards. Now this Fury offense is moving. Blades again with another catch.
Yeah, just a good quick play, and they're really starting to get this ball moving a little bit after those early sacks. You know, hopefully Tom Ramen was able to get up, wipe them off, say no sweat, and keep this ball moving.
Ace trips top of the field. Ace trips left, it looks like. 4-3 look out of this Florida defense on 3rd and 2. Give Johnson left side with room. Scott Johnson off a tackle. Scott Johnson still moving the feet. He's down to the 25. What an electric run.
That was huge, and it was set up by the lead blocker that he had with him, number 73, just going out there with him, running the route. You see him come out, get a huge block right here, and then it's just daylight there for Scott Johnson. He gets upfield, and now this Vegas offense is starting to drive.
From the other Fury games we've seen this year, Johnson used sparingly, but that time a really good run to set them up with a new set of downs here at the 25. Ramen in the gun, gonna throw, slings one far, caught, touchdown Fury. They strike as John Blades leads them down the field and caps it off with 6.
And what a great drive from the Fury. They started out with the sack, but then they get a good first down after that. The penalty helped them out a lot, and they just were able to drive down the field through this Florida defense, which put up a 3-and-out early. And now Fury, they were just finding the open space and making some really good plays.
6 play, 77-yard drive, capped off with 25 yards through the air to the house as Tom Ramen comes back from a couple sacks, evades some pressure, makes some key throws down the line, and the Fury fans here who got up early this morning had to have been tailgating at like 6, 7 a.m. They are rewarded with a touchdown to take a 7-3 lead. Speaking of rewards, don't go anywhere. We'll reward you with the rest of the game when we come back. 88 degrees back here in the desert. Andy Hamilton, Ryan Caudell, Mark Lopez, Stephen Hacker are on stats for us. Cameron Irvine producing today's game, pushing the buttons in the truck. And Las Vegas, a 7-3 lead over the Florida Storm here early in this one. Optimus Klein, his second career return, brings it right up the gut to the 24. When we look at these two quarterbacks, Ryan, they are very comparable. Tom Rahman, the edge today, 4 of 4 passing with a touchdown.
Yeah, both of these guys have some long, storied careers here in the SFL, and they are both just some solid quarterbacks. We've seen the drives that they are able to put together. Tom Rahman put together a good one, and Ron Cochran's looking to put together an even better one here on this drive.
Cochran in his 7th season, all 7 right here with the Storm. Short drop, quick throw across the middle, tipped up and picked! Florida throws the ball away, and the Vegas Fury have a takeaway. That one via Max Jackson, the strong safety.
And Max Jackson adding to his career totals, or his season totals, with 4, and he gets it on the tip drill. They make the play. There were a ton of Fury defenders. You figured someone had to come up with the ball. Max Jackson puts it in his hands. And Las Vegas adding to their takeaway total. That puts them at 21 on the season. That is good for first in the league. They are the best in the SFL, like getting interception, getting takeaways. And Florida, they're not bad either. So Tom Rahman has to be careful with the ball.
New set of downs here. They give Johnson, left side, Scott Johnson running the ball strong. He picks up 9.
Yeah, just a good run going off his tackle. The offensive line left him with a good hole there, and he's able to get up, get a good 9-yard gain. And now this sets up a 2nd and 1, which has got to be a quarterback's favorite drive or a favorite play, because you can do just about anything with the ball that you want here.
Going to start out in the gun here on 2nd and a yard from the 23. Rahman, pressure coming, unloads down the middle. Caught! First down yardage to the 3. That is a huge catch, and that's Mason Kirby.
Mason Kirby coming over from Seattle this season, getting a good reception here up the middle. This Vegas offense is really running super well. The setup by the halfback, and Tom Rahman puts his throws right where the receiver needs them. It's just a great, well-oiled machine for the Fury.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Las Vegas. 2 in the backfield against a 5-3. Here's the give, right side, stop, and there's no go there. Scott Johnson dragged down.
Yeah, and Eric Hammer making the tackle, and we see these 2 wide receivers. They've had some huge impacts on this game. I mean, John Blades had the first touchdown of the game, and we saw Mason Kirby with that big reception to get them right here on the goal line. Both of these guys have similar numbers, and they're 6th and 7th in the league in receiving yards.
Give Johnson, no, not happening there. Nice job by Florida to read it well and bring him down.
Yeah, Raymond Jones getting there in the backfield, getting to Scott Johnson early, and that was key in making that stop. Now we have a 3rd and goal. And Las Vegas, 2 runs in a row didn't work. Maybe they'll go for the passing game.
3 wide receivers wide. Rahman has not missed a throw today yet. Here he'll do it from the 4. Going to sling it back in the end zone. Tipped and incomplete. The first incompletion for Rahman, and a deflection made there by John Nevels, the rookie, to stall the drive out at the 4.
Yeah, great play. John Nevels getting his first pass deflection here in the SFL, and it came at a great time. They are able to stall out this drive from the Fury, which looked like it was just going right for the end zone, looked like no one was going to be able to stop them, but the Florida defensive line puts up a good stop against the running back anytime he tries to get in, and a good stop there.
Otis Bordeaux on, kick is up and through, adds the field goal from 21 yards, and that will push the lead to 10. These Las Vegas Fury benefit off of the interception and convert it to points.
Yeah, and that's what you need in your offense. If your defense is able to make these plays for you, the offense has to make that into points. You can't give up any missed opportunities or anything like that to this Florida team that could come back in a second.
Kick away. Klein will await this one in the end zone. Going to go ahead and bring it out. Optimus Klein out across the 20 to the 22, and Ron Cochran will trot back out onto the field after giving up the interception. Let's run through the Fury defense that got the takeaway. Rhett Sawyer, Tank Hutt, and A.K. Jones on the defensive line. Slyn Shady, Eric Davis, and Day Drury are the linebackers. Thomasina Rahman, Merrick Itera, and Thomas Rahman Jr. are the cornerbacks. Nicky Colantrelli and Max Jackson are the safeties. Otis Bordeaux, the kicker. Here's the flip out. Cochran, right side. Doyle is going to pick up his first touch of the day.
Yeah, just a quick out route for Doyle, and they're going to try to establish this run game a little bit here. It looks like the Las Vegas defense hasn't been great against the run this year, and so Florida has got to be able to attack that today.
Last week, 11 carries, 47 yards for J.W. Doyle, 4.3 yards per carry. Haven't seen him tote one today. Cochran fires, caught across the middle, in time to Stephen Bush.
They proved me wrong there. Big throw up the middle, and Ron Cochran just able to find that space between the defenders so easily on that slant route. He sees him the entire way, doesn't look him off, doesn't look for any other opportunity there, and he knows that his man Stephen Bush is going to make that catch.
Colantrelli gets the tap down there at the 42. Florida moving, going to go in the gun again against a 4-4 look from the Fury. Here is Cochran going to throw. Out route to the top of the field is caught. Bush again, 4 more yards there.
Yeah, Bush has been so reliable for this team. 34 receptions and 435 yards, 3 touchdowns going into this game. And Ron Cochran just has that guy that he can just go to. And the entire receiving core of the Storm have all been really good for him, and they've been able to step up, and one of them is going to have to step up today.
Both teams have 4 receivers on the depth chart, and they would like to use all of them here in this game. Cochran on 2nd and 5, throws across the middle. That is caught. Dangerous pass hauled in by Como.
And Como making a great catch there right when he gets hit, and that's exactly what the Florida Storm need. They get that fresh set of downs, and they're driving really well. Ron Cochran just has looked stunning. Other than the interception, not many mistakes from him.
Now into Fury territory here at the 42. 2 receivers wide. Cochran pumps once, goes back the other way, almost paid the price for it. That would have been something if it was able to get taken away by Itera.
Yeah, Merrick Itera coming into this game has 5 interceptions. Last week, he had a huge pick 6, a 93-yarder that he was able to take to the house. And if he was able to catch that ball, he jumped the route, he was gone to the end zone.
Gun look here for Cochran on 2nd and 10. 1:34 to go in this quick-moving first quarter. Low snap, Cochran pressured, and down he goes. Las Vegas gets a sack of their own, and I believe that one might have been right up the middle by the linebacker.
Yeah, it was Rhett Sawyer actually getting there just off his block. The offensive lineman barely touched him, and he gets to Cochran, putting some pressure on him. Now you have a huge 3rd and 17. If the Vegas can hold up here, they're going to force a punt.
5th-year veteran Sawyer coming over from Tulsa. 3rd and a country mile. Here's Cochran with the snap. Fires underneath. That is caught by Klein to the 40. And that'll make it decision time, Ryan. Do you bring out the field goal unit or do you punt?
Well, Ethan Sneed, he has a big leg, but this one would be about a 56, 57-yarder. I think that this might be a time you have to play for field position. You got plenty of time in this game left to score. Maybe don't put Ethan Sneed in the situation of having to use that big leg.
They will bring on the star punter, Marcus Agrippa, 5'11", 200 pounds, his 2nd season in the SFL, to try and pin the Fury deep. Las Vegas going to try and set up for a return, not come after it. This one angled to the sideline, going to bounce at the 10, bounce at the 2, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback, not able to get the roll.
Yeah, Agrippa put out a great punt. It was rolling super slow to the goal line, but his teammates just not quite able to get upfield. The Las Vegas blocking comes in handy there, and now Vegas is going to start from the 20.
First and 10, just 28 seconds to go here in this first quarter. 4 receivers wide for Rahman in the gun. Florida brings 3. Rahman fires, caught underneath. That is going to be good for 8 yards there. Catch made by Garrison Blue, the tight end.
Yeah, Tom Rahman trying to spread this ball out a little bit. You got Garrison Blue getting a catch. Blades and Kirby already have their receptions today, and the Vegas offense has got to keep this drive going. They've got to keep the tempo that they've had all day.
Check that. A-star Miramontes on the catch. Either way, end of the first quarter, 10-3. Fury on top at home. It's the SFL on For the Fans and 11 Sports. Back here in the desert, 10-3, the Las Vegas Fury up early this morning and on top of the Florida Storm. Andy Hamilton along with Ryan Caudill for this Week 7 SFL action. Rahman on 2nd and 2, going to take a deep shot, and he almost paid the price. Right there was Evan Carroll to make the play.
Evan Carroll coming up short just a little bit there, but looked like Tom Rahman's offensive, his receiver just kept running, didn't even see the ball coming his way, and Florida almost got away with one.
3rd and 2 here, trying to keep this drive alive at their own 28. Florida trying to get their defense off the field. 2 backs in the backfield. 4-4 look out of Florida. Give left side. Johnson not going to get there. Nice job by Florida to read that one.
Yeah, the strong safety, Andrew Francis, actually coming down from his position to the line, getting to Scott Johnson early, not letting him get anywhere. And this drive, starting out this second quarter, already has stalled out here. We're facing a 4th and 3.
Klein will go back to receive this punt. On to kick it away for Florida, or for Las Vegas, is Blartowski. He will kick it. And Klein is going to try and return this one. He'll only come out a couple yards. You can get your player position locked and loaded today. Join our Discord server, and you can join the SFL Minor League, SFLM, now up to 12 teams, and more opportunities than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. You can hear your name called out on the field. Join our Discord community through Simulationfl.net. The 2nd season of the Minor League starts this October. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Rostelli on Discord for more information. First down for Cochran, outside to Klein, 6 yards on the pickup.
Yeah, 6-yard pickup, takes out a teammate on the sideline, and Florida gets a close second down here, and I think that Ron Cochran's really going to have to start bringing out J.W. Doyle a little bit here in the second quarter. Doyle has no rushes in the first quarter. He has touched the ball once on a catch, but he needs to get this run game going so that it's not so crowded in the passing game.
Going pass heavy so far against a good Fury secondary. Gun again for Cochran on 2nd and 4. Fires underneath, and Itera almost made him pay the price again.
And that's what I'm saying. It gets really crowded in the passing game. You can kind of see, if you're a defender, you can kind of see that the ball is going to be in the air. They can be tracking that. And Itera almost making another great play on the ball, almost getting an interception there.
Fool me one time, gotta be careful. Fool me twice, third time's not gonna look good for you. Cochran under center on 3rd and 4. 3 down linemen for the Fury, they rush 4. Cochran moves in the pocket, throws, hit as he threw, was able to connect with Veridin Zarkov down the field to the 43.
And what a great play by Cochran. He takes the hit. He got hit so hard there, right in the hip. Still able to make an accurate throw for Zarkov. He makes a catch. They get a first down. And Florida's still going through the air against a great Fury secondary.
Zarkov working on Slyn Shady there, the 6th-year veteran coming over from Lone Star in the offseason. 1st and 10 at the 43. 3-2 look out of this Fury defense as Florida now into Las Vegas territory. Cochran under center with 4 wide. 3-step drop to throw. Fires across the middle. Tipped up. Almost taken away. Man, Merrick Itera locking down on that side. And they almost had another defender get his hands on it, Joseph Dredd.
Yeah, another tip drill there and almost resulted in an interception. We saw the last time that ball was tipped around, we saw Max Jackson come up with the ball. He's not able to make the catch there, and Florida is continuing to have to sweat when that ball gets close to the defenders.
3 receivers wide, 2nd and 10. No run play here. Cochran underneath, caught. Stephen Bush picks up 2.
And Florida is continuing to throw this ball. They are not afraid of the Vegas defense in the slightest. Even though that was a quick gain, it was key. They need to get some better yardage on this one. They can't let this drive stall out.
3rd and 8 at the 40. Outside of field goal range. Would need 5-7 yards to even think about it. 3 receivers wide here for Cochran to throw. Out route there. Caught Klein. Turning upfield. Has the yardage. 1st down, Storm.
And that was why they went to Optimus Klein. He's had 8 seasons in the SFL, all of them here in Florida, and he's able to get upfield so quickly, make a quick move on a man, and get that 1st down. That's exactly why they pay him the big bucks.
Had 14 catches last week, only 41 yards, did find the end zone once, and they are getting him involved early here today as well. 4 catches for 46 yards already. Cochran down to the bottom of the screen. Bush, no, out of bounds.
Oh, that was a great throw from Cochran. Just led him just a little bit too much. Bush couldn't get his foot down in time, but that was a really just a nice throw, and now Florida here is going to challenge it.
The Storm want to take a second look at it. Max Paul, former SFL champion coach, wants a second look at that pass to Bush on the sidelines, and we'll take a look too. Ryan, take me through what you think.
Well, it was a great throw over the shoulder catch by Bush, and we'll see. It looks, I don't know if that right foot was down when he catches the ball, but the left foot definitely comes in out of bounds. We'll see what R62 has to say about it.
They will overturn it, and Florida will have the yardage there on the outside. It was close, and they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, it was really close. That left foot was coming down out of bounds, but luckily for him, he's got 2 of them. One of them was already on the ground when the ball hits his hands, and a good challenge by the coach there, and now we get a fresh set of downs for Florida.
Mixed results in the FTF chat on twitch.tv/FTF next. Cochran, 1st down, fires, tipped up! Woo-hoo-hoo! Doesn't get more dangerous than that.
Oh my goodness, they are testing my heart rate here today. Cochran throwing the ball, and looks like Stephen Bush just couldn't come down with it. It was a little too hot for his hands. And Nicky Colantrelli almost coming down with a pick.
Speaking of hot, 88 degrees at the time of kickoff. We kicked off at 9 in the morning to avoid the heat. Still ended up getting it. 14% humidity today. 2nd and 10. Play action for Cochran. Cochran pumps once, fires down near side. Caught down to the 7. E.J. Minson with the grab.
That was a good catch, and I'm not sure 88 degrees is that hot, Andy. It must be real cold up there in Vancouver.
You live in Texas, I believe, Ryan, and down there, 88 is probably about normal. But for those people who live anywhere north of the middle of the United States, 88 is a pretty warm day for 9 in the morning, and the temperature only continuing to climb. Should be, close to 97 by about noon today here in Las Vegas. Cochran fires underneath. That is caught. Turning upfield. Como, take that baby to the crib. Touchdown, Florida.
And what a good run by Como. He's able to get that ball. He has one defender to beat, and he's able to do it, beating Rhett Sawyer there on the outside, able to get to the end zone. Just a really good play by Florida. Good drive, able to come out. And though they were facing a long 3rd down, they're able to overcome it. They're able to get these first downs, and they're still moving the ball up the field, even though Las Vegas is having something to say about it. They're trying to get their hands on the ball. They're trying to be a disruption to Ron Cochran, but he's still able to find his defenders, and they were still able to find pay dirt.
10-play, 62-yard drive results in a 7-yard touchdown pass. This extra point is up and good to tie us up at 10. And the Florida Storm have thrown the ball 21 times, have not ran it a single time, and they're basically saying to Las Vegas, hey, we're throwing, can you stop us?
Yeah, Las Vegas's strength is the passing game. Florida's strength is the passing game. You know, there's a bit of a mismatch there, but not for Florida. They are going to test it all day long, and we'll see what the Fury have to say about that.
Kick is away. Las Vegas will bring this out from the goal line, out across the 20, still on his feet to the 25. Fumbles the football, picked up by Florida. That is going to be points. Touchdown, Storm. Just like that, they take the lead. They found themselves down, and they were able to turn that football over on the kickoff. And what a way to score, Jose Galliano.
What did I just see? That was so crazy. He's able to get the kickoff, get out, ball's knocked out of his hand. No Fury person sees it. Florida picks it up, takes it to the house. That was absolutely insane. Look at all the Fury defenders. They don't even see the ball. Florida's able to pick it up. What is this game?
Jose, okay, and that will put Florida in the lead 16-10. They were just down 10-3. And the special teams unit for the Florida Storm has pushed their way in front. They said, look out, Las Vegas. This is our game to be in front. Sneed on to try and add his 2nd extra point in what is about 10 seconds of game time. It's up and through, and it's 17-10. Just like that, the Storm take the lead. Don't go anywhere. Week 7 SFL on Twitch and FTF Next and 11 Sports. Las Vegas, Nevada, the site of today's game, and they call it the desert, and I don't know about you, Ryan, but I might have just seen a mirage as the last kickoff was fumbled and returned for a touchdown. This one spun off this right-hand side and up to the 26. Las Vegas does maintain possession through the special teams. Max Jackson with the return.
Yeah, I think we're both synced up on our mirages because that was a really crazy play. I've never seen anything like it. But the fumble return comes back in Florida's favor. They're able to get quick points after their touchdown. And now Vegas, they've got a hole that going into this drive they wouldn't even expect it that they would have after that kickoff.
You see some crazy stuff here in Vegas. That might have topped my list. Handoff, Johnson, right side, caught behind the block, and Florida will take him down for a loss.
Yeah, it looks like he just couldn't get over his offensive lineman had fallen down there, just not able to break it outside. And Florida's defense, they'll come at you quick, so you have to get out into that open field before they can get into the backfield because they will bring you down behind the line.
Second and 11. Gun ace trips look here for Las Vegas. High snap. Rahman stands in the pocket, has to dump out to Johnson out of the backfield. Johnson only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Florida reads that well and brings him down.
Yeah, this Florida defense has been really good on this drive so far. They're just able to put up a wall there on the line of scrimmage, and no one's getting past it unless you go through the air. And we'll see what Tom Rahman does here on a long 3rd and 10.
5 receivers wide. Man defense here out of Florida so far. Watch the tight end against a linebacker. Here's Rahman to throw to the tight end. Caught, spin, down to midfield. What a play. Catches made there. Excuse me, that's LG Pryor who was working on the tight end.
Yeah, he came out of, looked like the slot there, able to beat his man in a dirty spin move. Andrew Francis is going to be shaking his head all day. Couldn't even see that coming. Oh my goodness. You don't see much better than that.
Mismatch against the linebacker and man coverage gives Las Vegas a first down to the 50. 4 receivers wide and a tight end, for Rahman. Snap back, Rahman going to throw. Johnson picks up a block. Rahman fires underneath, caught, and out of bounds there at the 33.
And I like how he gives the defender a little hit there as he's going off the sideline. He says, you know what, you're going to be against me all day long. I'm going to give you some here, give you some later, give you some after the game even.
That'll set them up for 1st and 10 here at the 33. Give Johnson up the middle with a hole. Scott Johnson, first down, 10 yards.
And look at the burst of speed that he gets there. Offensive line opens up just the smallest hole for Johnson to go through. He breaks through with speed, gets to that first down marker before anyone can catch him.
Scott Johnson, not necessarily the most electric runner through the first half of the season, but today has really, whether it's surprised Florida or has, tried a different workout routine this week or whatever it is, he really is ripping off some big runs. They'll give it to him again. Left side, Scott Johnson, 5, into the pylon, and in for 6. Touchdown, Fury.
And what an explosive runner that he can be. He gets to the outside. Great block from the wide receiver, opening up that entire side of the field. He gets to the defender right at the goal line, and this is a good challenge by Florida. He was so close to getting in there.
We will get a second look at it, but Johnson, for the time being, has one of the more electric runs of his young career. Ryan, take me through what you saw here besides the beautiful blocking.
Oh, that was just beautiful. I can't get over it. But look, he gets right to the line here. Stopped right at the line. It's going to be whether that arm got over the goal line or not before the knee went down.
Oh, they will overturn that. And Las Vegas has 6 points wiped off the board. And Scott Johnson, -1 to the touchdown column.
Yeah, and that is just heartbreaking for him. He got such a huge run. That would have been a career run for him, able to get to the goal line here. But now they're on the goal line, and they might go to him again.
You got to give it to him. Handoff, Johnson, baby, crib, touchdown, Fury, put it right back on the board. 6 for Las Vegas.
They may have used the challenge flag, but Las Vegas says, you know what, we're at the goal line. You know what, we'll just do it again. They walk it right in. Scott Johnson, untouched there. Someone tried to get him from the back, but he just outrun the big man, able to get to pay dirt. And Las Vegas, they're able to tie up this game after what was a crazy kickoff return from Florida. Las Vegas able to answer back and tie this game.
7 plays, 74 yards, knots this thing up at 17 as long as Otis Bordeaux, does his job here on this extra point. High snap, kick on the way, and good. 17 all here in the desert. It has been a crazy one. We've seen just about everything.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better if you're an SFL fan here today. Las Vegas and Florida bringing us all the goods today.
And now they will send the ball back. 5:28 to go here in this first half of action from Las Vegas. Andy Hamilton and Ryan Caudill. Kick on the way. Optimus Klein will not elect to bring this one out. And if you want to, you can download CrowdPlay, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action. You answer questions for a chance to win a share of $1,000 of a prize pool. Your next chance to win is tomorrow when Houston takes on Baltimore. Visit crowdplay.com for more information. Ryan, it's super easy. You download the app and you answer the questions. Most of the questions you don't even know the answer to. You're just kind of guessing on how drives will end up, and it's a great way to win some free cash while also playing a fun game as J.W. Doyle takes his first carry for 3 yards.
Yeah, I enjoy to play it, and it's nice to see Florida starting this run game up at least a little bit. Maybe a little bit late in the game, but better late than never. J.W. Doyle, only a 3-yard run, but that's the key. They need to get him more involved, keep Las Vegas on their toes so they know it's not a pass every single time.
3 receivers wide, split back here out of Florida. Doyle right up the middle again, and he's able to pick up 5 more somehow. I don't know if they saw Johnson running strong and said, oh, wait, we have a running back too.
Yeah, they finally realized that Scott Johnson getting to the outside, they said, wait, a running back can do that? Oh, maybe we should get Doyle into the game. You know, he could do that.
Might be one of those things where Max Paul looks down at his play sheet and goes, oh, we've thrown the ball 21 times and we haven't handed it off once. Maybe we should do one of those. 3rd and 2, though. They look like they're probably going back to the air. Cochran to throw. Going to take a deep shot down the field, and it's incomplete. Broken up by the safety jumping it, Nicky Colantrelli with the deflection.
And a dangerous throw by Ron Cochran, looking for his man Optimus Klein on a 3rd and 2, looking for the big play. In Vegas, they have such a good secondary. The safeties had to have seen that coming all the way. Colantrelli able to jump the route, nearly getting a pick on the day, but Florida, they're just going to be forced to punt.
4:22 in the second. A 3-and-out for the Storm is going to give the Fury back the ball. Momentum swinging back and forth in this game. Punt away from Agrippa. A booming kick will flip ends of the field. Stop and go. Max Jackson still on his feet to the 26, and now he goes there. 4:12 to go in the second. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, Max Jackson on that return looked really good. It looked like he could have broken it out. He had that interception earlier that he returned a good amount, and so now you have Las Vegas here. They're going to be able to drive the ball here in the second quarter. They might be able to end off the second quarter, but if they can put together another drive just like last time, they will get some points going into halftime.
Tom Rahman, 10 of 12 today. Scott Johnson, though, is going to lose 3 yards there as Florida said, okay, we've had enough.
Yeah, they did their homework a little bit there. They know Scott Johnson is capable as a running back, and he's able to get to that outside. But if you get hit by a big 300-pound lineman, you're not going anywhere.
Florida trying to break in there. Rookie linebacker John Nevels, and that might be why some of these openings are opening up for Johnson as Nevels gets more accustomed to this Storm playbook. 3 wide here, 2nd and 13. Going to sling it outside. That is caught. No, out of bounds. No for Kirby. Not going to happen.
That was a close one. It looked like him turning back around, trying to get upfield. Ended up being his demise. The feet might have come out of bounds there, but just a tough break for Vegas. They really wanted that extra yardage to not make this, a third and so long. They wanted it to be a little bit more manageable.
3rd and 13. Storm trying to have their defense get a stop. 7-step drop for Rahman. Fires underneath, caught well short of the sticks, but trying to get there was the receiver Blades, and it'll set up 4th and 5.
Yeah, 2 3-and-outs for these offenses. Obviously not what they want. They were driving so well, earlier in this quarter. They were just able to find the open space, but the defenses here, both of them stepping up. The defensive lines, namely, able to stop that run and plug the holes.
Blatarski on to kick this one away. Optimus Klein will stand in the shade here on the left side and try and return it. A spin move right into another tackle at the 23. That's a big guy returning the ball there, Ryan. Klein's 6'4", 225.
My goodness, he is. And he's not even the biggest receiver on the Storm. You have Jeff Como, 6'6", 215, another big man. They've just got some guys that are able to go up for the ball.
1st and 10 for the 23. 3 receivers split out here. 2 in the backfield. 3-2 look out of this Fury defense. Handoff J.W. Doyle. Doyle pulling defenders, picks up 4.
Yeah, Doyle looks good on these runs. We have a limited sample size, but that one was really good. Able to break off a tackler there and still get some positive yardage, even though he's running into about 3 Fury defenders. So Florida, they definitely need to be getting Doyle more involved. He's able to churn these yards, and eventually he will break out into a big play.
3 receivers wide, give right up the middle. Doyle that time demolished in the backfield. Las Vegas read that one well.
Yeah, it looks like he ran just about the same play, and Rhett Sawyer knew it was coming, able to stand him up at the line on his left side. It's a good stop by the Storm, or by the Fury on the Storm, and now the Storm have a 3rd and 7 here. They're going to have to try to convert.
4 wide, man defense. Cochran, 3-step drop, walks right into the sack, right up the middle. Rhett Sawyer adds another one, and that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Simulation Football League action on 11 Sports and For the Fans continues after a short break. Back here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Ron Cochran's sack will lead to Marcus Agrippa kicking this one away. Max Jackson for the Fury awaits it. We are all knotted up at 17. Agrippa kicks this one and flips the field here. One of the best punters in the league. 4.5 seconds of hang time, but Max Jackson returns it out to the 39. These special teams units for both teams really good.
Yeah, both of them have been showing out today. I mean, Florida has honestly been the better because they had that fumble return. They are better by default, but Fury, they're nothing to scoff at. They're able to get up field here, and now they have some really good field position going into the 2-minute drill.
Man defense on the outside. A-Star Miramontes was against a linebacker last time we saw this. Looks like they have a defensive back out there. Here is Rahman moving in the pocket. Just gets that one away before Tomaello puts the heat to him.
Yeah, it looks like White also came up with the pressure as well. Hit Rahman right when he was about to throw, and it looked like it doinked off someone's helmet.
2nd and 10, 1:46 to go here in the second quarter from the 39. No harm, no foul on that last play. 2 in the backfield, 4-3 look out of Florida. They have the safety walked up. Here is the give. Johnson not going to get anywhere. Stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Raymond Jones III.
Yeah, it was an interesting play call there to go for the run, especially, you have less than 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. You can go down the field, get a score, get some points, get something on the board going into halftime so you can say you have the lead, but calling a run that burns clock, that is an unproductive down.
4 receivers wide. Rahman, 5-step drop, blitz coming. Unloads and not going to hit the target. Overthrows the receiver, and that'll set up 4th down.
Yeah, he had his Wheaties this morning. Might have had maybe too many Wheaties because he just bombed that one. Overthrew his receiver and the 2 defenders that were covering him. Just an absolute bomb from Rahman. Now Las Vegas, they're going to have to give the ball back to Florida, who are going to have decent field position here going into the end of this second quarter. They're going to have a chance to score here.
Blatarski on to kick this one away. Optimus Klein stands deep waiting for it. 1:10, and the kick is away. This one, 4.2 seconds of hang time, and Klein calls for the fair catch at the 22. It's been mostly an aerial attack for Florida, and with 1 minute and 8 seconds left, you'd have to imagine that they'll go back to that, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, and they still have their 3 timeouts as well. Don't forget about that. And Ron Cochran has just been slinging the ball all day long. There's no reason to change that here with, 1 minute to go.
3 receivers wide. Cochran gives to Doyle up the middle, and Doyle looks like a turkey on Thanksgiving, stuffed right at the 21.
Yeah, he got gobbled up by the entire Las Vegas defensive line, and just a quick play, but it burns a lot of clock here. They started with 1:08, but now we're going into the 40 seconds here. Florida, they have to be getting this ball up the field, have to be throwing the ball more so they can find the end zone before the second half.
A.K. Jones with that tackle. Set up 2nd and 11. Cochran out route there. Caught Klein underneath, and he is going to get to the 28. Stays in bounds. Clock continuing to roll, and Florida looks content to maybe just take this one to the break.
Yeah, good tackle by the Fury defense there to keep him in bounds and make sure that Florida doesn't really have a chance because this clock is running so much. I'd like to see Florida, use their timeouts and actually try to get to the end zone here, but they're just going to let it ride.
Vegas also has 3 timeouts. Could try and get the ball back. 8 seconds on the clock. Cochran snaps it, fires down the middle. That is caught. Diving catch is made by Klein. And now with 3 seconds on the clock, Florida uses a timeout.
Maybe they change their mind. Maybe they decide they do have a chance here. And I think they do. They have this powerful offense that can really get up the field at any given point. Optimus Klein is such a big, deep threat for this team. He's able to get out into open space. He's able to make these moves on defenders, and he can make a touchdown happen, on a screen pass.
1st and 10 from the 43. They'll send out the Hail Mary unit. 3 down linemen for Las Vegas with a strong secondary. Got to be careful about some of these throws. High snap to Cochran. Stands in the pocket. Plenty of time. Good protection. Going to heave this one way down the field. Tipped up and picked off. And that will end the first half of play. Interception made by Thomas Rahman Jr. And we will head to the halftime break. 17 all as Rahman Jr. just plays this one beautifully.
Yeah, plays it well. Tracked the ball the entire way to the end zone. Making the play, making sure Florida can't get that Hail Mary touchdown that they wanted.
And that'll take us to the break. Tie ball game here in the desert. 17 all. Las Vegas and Florida both go down the field and have multiple touchdowns in this game. Florida with a special teams one. Las Vegas with a rushing touchdown. Both teams have passing touchdowns as well. And when you look at the numbers, Ryan, that rushing game from Scott Johnson, really the difference.
Yeah, it really is. It's showing on that total yardage. Florida, they like to throw the ball a lot, and Vegas was able to match them a little bit, but not without developing the second part of that offensive game. Scott Johnson able to get, up the field really well, getting some first downs for this team, and he was able to get into the end zone, making a play all by himself there. So Vegas, using that running game to their advantage, they're able to, have a dual threat offense. And Florida, that's what they're going to need to do better. They need to take some notes here from Vegas. J.W. Doyle needs to get more involved in this game if they want a chance. Florida, they have Ron Cochran. He has been throwing the ball well. Though he has the 2 interceptions, he has a touchdown. He's been throwing some big drives for the Florida offense. And if you can get Doyle involved, if he can make some plays by himself, then this Florida offense is really going to be moving down the field really, really well.
Both quarterbacks having pretty good days. Rahman 11 of 16, 144 yards and a touchdown. Ron Cochran 16 of 25, 157 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks though. And Johnson, leading rusher of both teams, 11 carries, 55 yards. Leading receiver, John Blades, 5 receptions, 75 yards. Optimus Klein, 6 catches and 69 yards today. And on the defensive side, Eric Hammer leads the Storm in tackles with 5, as well as in sacks with the 2 early ones. And Nicky Colantrelli for Las Vegas leading with 6 tackles himself and 2 pass deflections. Interceptions in the game go to Rahman Jr. and Max Jackson. And John Neville's a pass deflection in his first game, along with 6 tackles for him. So both teams have a lot of playmakers so far. That rushing game, just the mere difference, and nearly all receivers involved. Only receiver yet to catch a pass is Garrison Blue in Las Vegas.
Yeah, both of the defenses have really stepped up here today. The defensive lines have been stopping these runs. They've been making plays on the ball, and though it looks like these offenses have been, running really well, the defenses have come up with some key stops here too.
Ryan Caudill joins me in the booth. I'm Andy Hamilton. This is Las Vegas, Nevada Silver State Stadium, and we are back underway for the second half of a very close game. Optimus Klein takes a knee. Also want to make sure we thank Stephen Hacker and Mark Lopez in the stats truck and Cameron Irvine for producing today's Week 7 game. This is the Las Vegas Fury against the Florida Storm. It's the Simulation Football League Week 7 action, the world's best Simulation Football League. 2 backs in the backfield to start off this second half for Ron Cochran. 25 passes, completing 64% of them in the first half. Give up the middle to Doyle is good for 4 yards to the 24.
Yeah, hopefully going into halftime, Florida looked at their game. They looked at, all the things they're doing right with the receivers, and they realized, the run game needs to get developed, and that's kind of what Doyle is there to do. Able to get up the gut there, get those quick yardage, and hopefully they can go to him more. They might go to the passing offense. It really just developed the offense as a whole.
3 receivers wide here. Doyle, the lone back. They will throw. Here's the flip out to Doyle on this left side. Doyle has a little bit of room and is able to get to the 28.
Yeah, Slim Shady coming up with a huge hit there. Doyle can be feeling it in the morning. And Slim Shady is a name that I thought I'd be calling a lot more here today, but these linebackers not shining as much because the running game isn't getting as developed. But if they run more, we're going to see more of these linebackers and defensive line able to step up for the Fury.
2 receivers split out. 3rd and 2. They need the 30. Cochran to throw. Fires outside. Caught. Klein taps the feet right on the Fury sideline and has first down yardage.
And he's just so good for Florida. I mean, he's a veteran, and he's able to make these plays that, he knows how to do. He's able to make that quick catch, keep his feet in bounds, get that first down. And he's just so reliable for Florida, and that is just everything that a quarterback wants is, a reliable guy they can always throw to. He knows that Clyde's always going to be able to make the catch.
First and 10 here, 9:40 to go in the third. Handoff Doyle right up the middle, and Doyle is wrapped up and dropped right there.
Yeah, defensive line creating a wall, and Florida's offense couldn't open up that Fury defense just a little bit. Doyle not able to break through, falls down at the line.
2nd and 10. Gun look again. 4-3 out of Las Vegas. Cochran to throw. Fires one. Tipped up and taken away. Las Vegas brings it back the other way. Interception made by Nicky Colantrelli, the safety.
And this Las Vegas defense is so dangerous with the picks in the air. That ball was tipped and it was intercepted. The second interception that comes off the tip drill, the Fury getting their 3rd interception of the game, adding to their season total of 20. That puts them at 23. And look at these interception leaders. For cornerbacks for the Fury, they got 2 of them here on the leaderboard. Merrick Itera and Thomas Rahman Jr. with 5 and 4 respectively. And also Ryan Davidson on the charts as well with 5. Both of these teams have some great secondaries.
Rahman Jr. just added one after the break, and Rahman almost gave that right back. I think that the rookie linebacker there, Hammer, was a little surprised it was coming right to him.
Yeah, he was right in front of the the receiver there, standing right in front of him, and, Rahman just hit him in the chest. He said, "Here, catch this."
Rahman family affair here in Las Vegas. One of the many families of the Simulation Football League. A good way to get everyone involved. Johnson off the left side will only pick up a yard or 2. Ryan, you and your father both in the league as well, so plenty of opportunity for families to get involved.
That's true. We see families all over the league here today. I don't know if the Hammers are a family, but you got Liam and Eric. You got Rylan and Bobo Caudell with me. You got many Rahmans across the league. It's a great family sport.
Easy way to get involved for everyone. 3rd and 9. Rahman going to take a shot on a corner route, and it's deflected on the outside. Ryan Davidson says, no way. We're going to get off the field here on 3rd down from the 34. Ryan, do you dare with a field goal attempt?
Ooh, this game is so close that I think that it wouldn't be a bad idea. Test the kicker's leg. The worst that you could do is miss, really. And I think this is a good chance to try to break the tie.
They will send on the rookie, 10th overall pick, a first-round pick out of Madison. Las Vegas sends out Otis Bordeaux, 6'2", 189. Boots it. Does he have the distance? Yes, good from 50. And Las Vegas is in front, 20-17.
Good call by the special teams coach there. Otis Boudreaux able to get the leg through, get that ball up through the uprights, and it was just right down the middle. Perfect every time. And that's exactly what the Fury need. They needed to go down the field and get some points. We've had a lot of drives here resulting in punts, to end out that second quarter and to begin this third quarter. But putting those points on the board, breaking up the tie is going to be huge for the Vegas Fury.
I think that's 6 points off of interceptions now. Both times Florida has given the ball away, they have held Las Vegas to field goals. Optimus Klein on the return out to the 24-yard line, and with 8:26, Ron Cochran in this offensive unit brings it back out.
Yeah, and Florida having another chance here. Ron Cochran throwing his 3rd interception of the game. Not what he wants, just a couple of mistakes that honestly weren't too much his fault. The receivers were there, they just couldn't make the play. Las Vegas getting the tip that results in the interception. That's just unfortunate if you're Ron Cochran.
3-3 look for Cochran on a 3-step drop. Fires underneath. That is caught. 3-yard pickup by Bush.
Yeah, just a good quick play. They've gone underneath to Bush quite a bit here, not opting for out routes, which is what you see a lot of teams do when they're going for that quick gain. They go to the outside to the running back, but Florida in their game planning here must have seen something from Vegas, seen how good that these cornerbacks can be, and they can just pick that ball off. So testing the middle of the field a little bit more.
Cochran, his 30th throw of the game, is out to Doyle, who gets punished on the sideline. Pickup of a few. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, there's that out route I just mentioned. They go to Doyle here. He's not able to get up the field. He does have that burst of speed, so no fault in trying that. But now you have a 3rd and 5. You have to get this first down. You can't stall out after Vegas just got points. You have to answer back.
Florida 4 of 8 on 3rd down, converting 50% today. 45th play from scrimmage for Cochran is a flip out, and Klein has the first down, yardage and more, up to the 44.
Yeah, beautiful throw and catch. Cochran going to Klein. We see that just about every single game. Both of these guys been with this team for a long time. Cochran here, 7 seasons. Optimus here, 8. So both of these guys have been here for a while. They know this Florida playbook like the back of their hand, and they're always able to make these plays that need to be made.
Klein today, 8 catches, 88 yards for number 88. So 11 yards per catch with a long of 24. There's a look at Rhett Sawyer, 2 sacks for him. And they will set up here for a new set of downs with 7:24 to go. Cochran, 7-step drop, deep throw, tipped up and incomplete. Trying to find Klein. Colantrelli wanted his second of the day.
Yeah, Colantrelli has been getting their hands all on the ball all day long. That's the 4th pass deflection that they've had this game alone.
Two in the backfield. Cochran will line up on 2nd and 10. Could go ground game here. Doyle in the backfield along with a fullback. 3 receivers wide. No. Cochran to throw. 3-step. Ooh, underneath and almost taken away. Oh, Max Jackson would have been dancing.
If you have high blood pressure and you're a Florida fan, you might not want to watch this game because you might get a couple heart attacks with all these throws that Ron Cochran are making. He's trying to find his receivers, but the Fury secondary able to step up, get their hands on the ball, force what looks like could be interceptions so close to the line here.
4 receivers wide. Doyle offset to the left on 3rd and 10. Here is Ron Cochran, throws underneath, caught, and they are not going to get there. E.J. Minson drove out of bounds at the 49, and that'll bring up 4th and 4, and they're going to have to bring on Agrippa to kick it away.
And the great secondary for the Fury able to step up on this drive. Colantrelli had that deflection, and then you had Max Jackson getting a deflection. They're able to stop the quick play and force a punt here. Las Vegas defense really stepped up on that drive, and this secondary has been a factor this entire game long.
Kick is away. Agrippa going to bounce this one at the 2 and into the end zone. Marcus Agrippa struggling today to find that line.
Yeah, unfortunately didn't put any backspin on that ball. It just bounced and went straight into the end zone. But that's a tough punt too to make as a punter. If you're punting from the 50, you have to be able to manage that, power level and try to just drop that one in just like a chip shot right there in between, the 5 and the goal line or the 10 and the goal line. It's real tough, and it's why these punters can be so good whenever they can do that.
1st and 10 from the 20. This game has slowed down just a bit. Flip out here to Johnson out of the backfield. He'll pick up a yard, but Ryan, in the first quarter, these two teams, really threw punches back and forth, ended up 17 all at the half, and since then, this 3rd quarter has been rather docile.
Yeah, only the 3 points that came off of the interception, and it was even a long field goal there. So both the defenses have really stepped up, and I think the heat is what has gotten to the Florida and Las Vegas offense.
Scott Johnson up the middle, good for another 2 yards to the 23, and that brings up 3rd and 7. Vegas not very good today on 3rd down, 2 of 8.
Yeah, not a great day for them. They need to be, more reliant on Tom Rahman here on these long 3rd downs. They need to trust him to make these throws, and he needs to make sure he's not making any mistakes. He's done really good about that so far. No interceptions on the day, only 3 passes defended by Florida.
Rahman, deep drop, fires underneath, caught on a rub route. 1st down to the 34. Open across the middle was John Blades.
Yeah, that was a good play by Blades, able to, cross up the defenders. Look, they get stuck kind of on each other.
Oh, wow.
That creates just enough space for Tom Rahman to get that ball right into the crib, and he makes the 1st down there.
That was an in route. He kind of ran it like a slant after he passed the other receiver, and that was good enough for 1st down yardage to the 34. With 5:20, a new set of downs here for Las Vegas. Handoff left side, Scott Johnson. Johnson still on his feet. Scott Johnson down the sideline with a block. Scott Johnson, see you later. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
What an amazing run by Scott Johnson. He's able to break off of the defenders, get into open space, break a tackle, get a block, get to the end zone. It's just as simple as that. What an amazing run by Scott Johnson here, coming from about the 35, making it all the way to the end zone. That is just as good of a run as you will ever see. This rookie is breaking out here today in Vegas.
66 yards on the rushing touchdown. His previous long was 38, and Scott Johnson up over 100 yards today to 125, and he finds his way into the end zone for a second time today, and the Fury push the lead with the extra point from Bordeaux. They can make it 10 as Las Vegas has found a running back today. I don't know where he was hiding, but it's now 27-17, and we will step aside. It's SFL football on 11 Sports and for the fans. Touchback here in Las Vegas will give Florida the ball back at their own 20-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the third, and Week 7 so far has been electric. Gabriel Manning puts the icing on the cake for Tulsa, now leads the league in kick return touchdowns all time. The Glory one play away from erasing a 33-14 deficit. St. Louis trying to have their good record. Louisiana trying to continue their home record. And Jack Wigmore in for Baltimore. Ron Cochran outside picks up 9. And Ryan, what are you looking forward to in Week 7?
Week 7 is obviously the Louisiana headline here, trying to stay unbeaten at home. This new team has been so good so far. These other teams just don't really have an answer for it, and Louisiana is going to host the Legion. We'll see if they can get it done this week.
I think Jack Wigmore coming in for Baltimore, replacing sudden retirement of longtime player Mike Dazzo. Will be interested to see how he gets on. J.W. Doyle moves the chains to the 31 as Max Jackson drags him down. And let us know in the twitch.tv/FTF next chat what you're looking forward to still in Week 7. Action continues today. 1st and 10 for Ron Cochran. 2 backs in the backfield against a 3-3 look. Plenty of room on the outsides for an out route. They give up the middle instead to Doyle, and he is dropped. Rhett Sawyer right there to make the play.
And a bunch of Vegas jerseys there swarming him at the line. And that's what's so good about this defense. They are able to attack the ball wherever it is. You know, you see the ball through the air, all the defenders are going to flock to it. If the running back has the ball, all the defenders are going to try to bring him down. And that's what makes this defensive unit so strong and so hard to beat.
2nd and 11 from the Florida 30-yard line. Give Doyle up the middle with room, and Doyle will end up at the 37.
Yeah, still a good run, though. They're on 2nd down. You have to be able to get, you have to gain some yards. You have to get that big 6-yard, 7-yard gain to make this 3rd and actually manageable. It would have been a 3rd and 11 without his run, so he needs to be able to step up and make those plays more often.
Man defense. Zarkov against a linebacker here at the bottom of the screen. Cochran to throw. Fires across the middle. Overthrew Stephen Bush, and it's incomplete.
And that is just an unfortunate play from Cochran. He just put too much on that ball, and Bush couldn't catch up to it. He had to dive. The dive wasn't enough, and they've done that underneath route so many times in this game, and it's looked just automatic every single time, but that time it was far from it.
4th and 4, and Marcus Agrippa will come on down by 10. feels very dangerous for Florida to have that drive stall out. Agrippa sends it down the field, flipping it. Wow, what a kick. And that'll be returned by Jackson, and he'll get out to the 25, and with 3:13 left, this Las Vegas offense will take over.
Yeah, and that really was a great pump by Agrippa. He sent that ball about 60 yards, which you just don't see from a lot of punters here in the SFL. These star punters making a huge difference on special teams, and that field position battle is super important in this league.
Two receivers, bottom of your screen. 4-down lineman for Florida. Thomas Rahman will take the high snap and throw. Fires it out on the far side. I believe that is the tight end, Garrison Blue, with his first catch of the day, and it is.
Yeah, now Tom Rahman's gotten the ball to every receiver there on his team, and that's what they need. These offenses have really spread out the ball. These receivers are all over the place, making some big plays for their team.
Well, the community of the SFL thought the visiting Florida Storm would win emphatically. 64% of the community picked Florida, but it's Las Vegas who's on top, and it's Scott Johnson who has supplied the spark as he picks up another 6 yards there.
You know, the last 3 times that these teams met, the home team won. Last time it was Vegas hosting Florida. They won 27-20. That was last season. And then in season 12 and season 11, Florida hosted Las Vegas, and they beat them both times.
See if the Fury can continue the trend. 3rd and 3, trying to keep this drive alive. Out route there is caught. Plenty of room for Blades. Beautifully scripted to the far side of the field where there was plenty of room right on the Fury bench.
Yeah, the Fury offense is really moving the ball really well this drive and this game so far. Here in the 3rd quarter, they've just been able to find the receivers, find the open space. Scott Johnson with that huge run last time, getting that touchdown. Las Vegas offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Split backs, 3 wide here for Las Vegas. Rahman, short drop, out route there. Woo! Be careful. Tobin on the outside with the deflection.
And the great name Ryan Tobin making a play on the ball. That was almost his 6th interception and his 2nd pick 6 of the season. That one would have been taken back to the house. No doubt about it. Florida trying to make some plays here in the secondary.
A good secondary it is. They'll have to try and keep things going here. Minute 37 to go. Rahman, pressure coming, wobbles one up in the air, and it's incomplete. Oh, it might be worth a second look to see if he fumbled that one. Jones with the hit.
Yeah, it was close to the ball. He was hit right when he was starting his throw. That could have been a throw, could have been a fumble. I think it would be worth a challenge, especially if Florida could get that ball back. But they're not going to take the risk, and they're going to test this 3rd down offense of Las Vegas.
Would have been their last challenge. They did complete 2 of them, so they do have 1 left in the back pocket as the extra one. Gun straight here for Rahman against a 3-2. Looking to throw, slings on the corner route. Picked! Florida takes it away. Down the sidelines, Davidson still on his feet to the 42-yard line. What an interception!
And we talked about it earlier today. Ryan Davidson, that quarterback for Florida, he's been really good this season, has 5 interceptions, make that one 6 on the day, jumping the route. He saw it the entire way, and a really good run back, able to get up to about the 38, 39-yard line. That sets up some really great field position. Ron Cochran going to be thanking him after this game because that's some great field position for him.
2 backs in the backfield. Doyle back there, as well as 3 receivers for Cochran. They'll give to JW up the middle, and he picks up 6.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Florida actually using their run game a little bit. I've been beating this dead horse, it seems like, but Doyle finally able to get up the field, getting these opening 1st downs here for Florida, getting some yardage and setting up an easier 2nd down, because that 2nd and 10 is so much harder than a 2nd and 4 that can force a 3rd down. The 3rd and 4 is much easier than a 3rd and 10.
Cochran in the gun, 2 receivers wide, 2 backs in the backfield. Short snap, quick throw on the out route is out of bounds. That's not going to work.
Yeah, that was a close one. I don't think it'd be worth a challenge for Florida, but Bush was just right on the sideline. Looked like that he had just stepped out by the time the ball had gotten there. That's unfortunate play for Florida. Now you have a 3rd and 4 here. 3rd and short. They may go to the running back, or they may throw it. They need to get themselves into field goal range, which I think they are.
2 backs in the backfield. They need to get to the 28 to pick up the first down. Handoff Doyle, strings it out. He's not going to get there. Does pick up a yard. And like you said, in field goal range, so a relatively conservative play.
Yeah, luckily for Florida, using Ryan Davidson, he got that pick and he had such a great run back. That puts them just in prime field goal position. They're able to bring on Ethan Snead. Ethan Snead has been really good for this Florida team, as long as 52 yards. And this one will be about 49 yards, looks like.
Snap back, hold down. Snead sends it to finish off the 3rd quarter. Got it from 49. Now 20-27. The Florida Storm draw within 1 score. It's a good kick from Snead. And for Florida, it puts this score closer. Don't go anywhere. An exciting 4th quarter of the Simulation Football League awaits you. Get your 4s up in the chat on FTF Next and For the Fans. Week 7 SFL action here, Silver State Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining me in the booth on color commentary is Ryan Caudill. Mark Lopez and Steven Hacker are in the stats truck. Cameron Irvine producing today's game. And it's Max Jackson on the return here for Vegas. And he gets out to the 26, and that is where the Fury take over. They hold on, Ryan, to a 7-point lead.
Yeah, it was super key for them to not give up a touchdown on that last drive. That interception set up some great field position for Florida. If they were going to score a touchdown, that would have been the time. But the defense stepped up huge. The defensive line making some big stops. J.W. Doyle not able to find it. And Fury here, they have a chance here to make it a 2-score game again. We'll see what Rahman and his team can do.
4 receivers wide. Rahman stands in the pocket, floats on a corner route. That one is picked! Oh! Ryan Davidson, you are spectacular!
And Ryan Davidson going up for the grab. An amazing catch by him. His 2nd interception in a row. That's 2 plays of offense in a row for Fury. 2 interceptions in a row for Ryan Davidson. Great play, and he refuses to lose this game.
Florida takes over at the 46, and I thought we might see this challenge flag. I didn't want to jinx it there for the Storm, but you got to check the feet here. An incredible play by Davidson. If it stands, Ryan, the toes were close. Let's see if we have a good angle.
Yeah, it was really close here. I thought he might have it. He went up so high for the ball. His momentum could have carried him out of bounds, and he obviously came down out of bounds. Looks like that right foot came down. Left foot also came down. I don't know if the hip had come down, but that right foot was definitely on the ground. I think this is a waste of a challenge for Vegas, but they had to test it.
Yes, sir. Goodbye. Timeout for the Fury. Florida takes the ball back over, and Ryan Davidson says, yes, sir, I got that foot down. I know what I'm doing. And
yeah,
the Storm take over. I mean, wow.
Yeah, he says, I've been doing this for 6 seasons. What do you mean I don't have my foot in bounds? I know the rules.
Oh, man, and what a turn of momentum as the Storm have 2 picks in a row. They scored 3 on the last drive. Now they're just down 7. Cochran flip out J.W. Doyle left side, and he picks up 7.
Yeah, and those 2 interceptions for Ryan Davidson, that should put him leading cornerbacks in the SFL. That puts him at 7. Just a huge game that he's having today. Those 2 interceptions are just key for Florida. Their offense getting back on the field and forcing Fury to stay on it.
Rahman completing 60% of his passes before that throw, now down to 57 as Doyle breaks off one to the 38. What a run.
Yeah, that was a great run. Flynn Shady saved what looked like it could have been an even bigger one. He could have taken that one to the end zone. Flynn Shady hitting him from behind, but Doyle getting involved, getting his Jets moving a little bit, and he's getting these first downs, finding the holes, finding the open space in the Fury defense. And I'm sure that this defense has got to be a little bit tired. They've gotten through, 2 plays here in a row. They had the interception twice from Tom Rahman, so they've been on the field facing this Florida offense for a while.
Cochran to throw from the 38, checks down to Doyle, only picks up a yard. Ryan, if I had told you before this game that Florida was in the playoffs and Las Vegas was not even in our playoff picture on the right-hand side, you would have been shocked, but that is the way that it's coming. But Las Vegas has looked better through 3 quarters, but here in the 4th, Florida really has shown why they are in that top 11 teams making the SFL playoffs. Florida trying to keep pace with some of the other teams. Lots of teams bunched up there around 3-3. Out of bounds there, will make it 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, Florida's at 3-3 going into this game. Vegas is at 2-4, and we got 6 games to go in this season, so anything can happen, anything can change. I mean, the Fury have showed a great performance here today against a really good Florida defense. And the Fury, they can come back. They can get to that 3-4. They can be kind of in that. There's a big bunch there of teams at 3-4. They got to claw their way out of.
2 backs in the backfield, 4-4 look out of Las Vegas on 3rd and a yard. They're going to give Doyle up the middle, and he has the first down yardage to the 29. That was the 14th carry for J.W. Doyle. Ryan, if I would have told you coming in that Scott Johnson had more attempts and yards than J.W. Doyle at the end of this game, you would have slapped me and called me silly.
Yeah, I might have laughed in your face at that one, but he has 2 touchdowns. If you told me the longest run was 66 yards, I would have told you that was Doyle every day, but Scott Johnson really has shown out today.
Woo-wee! Merrick Itera has shown out as well, and that was Rahman Jr., though. Those yellow sleeves sometimes can be confusing, but Rahman Jr. almost makes a great play that would have really turned this thing on its head.
Man, and it's those out routes that Florida's been doing. That's when it gets so dangerous against this Fury defense. These defenders are so good at reading that route. They can see it every time. They read the quarterback's eyes, and they're able to jump it. They get a hand on it just about every single time they've called that play.
2nd and 10 from the 25, 8:41 to go in the 4th. Cochran, short drop, deep ball, tipped up, and picked! Las Vegas drags it off the turf and takes it away, and the Fury have another turnover.
And another interception on a tip drill. What an amazing catch. That was number 29, Thomasina Rahman making an interception. What a great play for the Fury.
Las Vegas takes it right back. We'll be right back. It's the SFL on 11 Sports and for the fans. The Fury with the football here at Silver State Stadium. 2 in the backfield. The give to Johnson off this left side. Scott Johnson Down to the 17. What a run.
Man, he is so explosive. He gets out into that open field, and he is just so fast, faster than any of these other defenders. They can barely catch up to him. He's able to get out there, beat the blocker. Alex Dominguez is such a hard guy to break his tackle. When he gets on top of you, it is just an entire weight, an anchor weighing you down there. But he's able to break the tackle, get the first down, and kind of get Las Vegas out of the shadow of their own end zone. They were real close there where a sack could have brought up a safety maybe.
Some of these rookies take some time to come on. Scott Johnson here in week 7 is on, and he has a run to the right side. He's into the open field. Johnson trying to do it again. He's out to the 47 before Hammer can drag him down.
And what an amazing drive. 2 plays in a row for Scott Johnson where he's able to get the first down and then some. He gets way out into the open field, and it's just nothing but daylight ahead of him. A good block there as well from his receiver. And Scott Johnson is just running the ball so well for the Fury.
7:43 to go here in the 4th. Fury trying to burn clock, but also trying to put points on the board to make it a 2-possession game. 3 receivers wide here. Rahman to throw. Stands pressured. Dropped. Eric Hammer, his 3rd of the game. Nail. Down.
And Eric Hammer is so good. There is a reason that Florida picked him at 9th overall in this year's draft. He is making such a huge impact for this defense. That's 3 sacks on the day. And coming into this, he didn't even have a sack. So that just adds to his appeal as a linebacker.
Rahman pressured, swings it out to Britton. Doug Britton on the sideline, his first touch of the day, has done a really good job blocking. I wanted to make sure we mention it. Scott Johnson, through his first 6 games, 188 yards on 88 carries. Today, 17 carries, 176 yards. This pair of rookies, Britton and Johnson, coming on today's game, and Britton is just as much, to credit for those yards as Johnson is. But an important 3rd and 11 here. 5 wide for Rahman in the gun. Snap taken, throw made, catch complete to the 39.
Yeah, and you said it. Scott Johnson and Doug Britton are both of these guys that have been so good for the run. Britton's been making these blocks for Johnson. But look at this throw by Rahman, just right up the middle, finds the man, beats the defender. They're really good at finding that space in between the zones with that slant. And Miramonte is making a catch. Their 2nd of the day, 23 yards on the day.
That will set them up here, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Britton not in the game. They will give right side. Here is Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson, 20, 10, and ridden down at the 11. What a run. This Scott Johnson is going to be something big.
Oh my goodness, he is just cannot stop. He gets into that open field. He is so unstoppable. And that was number 34, the other halfback, Thacker Pentecost, making a great block downfield, able to lengthen that run even more. Scott Johnson, that puts him over in 6 games. He had 188 yards. Today he has 204.
Hand off, maybe running out of steam there, loses another yard.
And the ability to come into this after 6 games where you haven't been able to break 100 yards, you've been struggling a little bit, but the ability for him to come out on this day, come out with some huge rushes, able to beat down this Florida defense and really be the change that this offense needed for the Fury.
100 yards, forget that. He's at 203. Rahman fires underneath, caught, and out of bounds at the 2. Yard short is Garrison Blue. And this Las Vegas team trying to put the cap on a beautiful drive.
Yeah, Scott Johnson has really made some huge plays, making this drive better than what it could have been. They started from like their 6, and coming off of an interception, this might be another interception for the Fury that results in points.
Goal line defense, give left side. See you later, Scotty. Into the end zone again. Touchdown, Fury. They extend the lead.
Just add another one to his, multitude of touchdowns he had today. 20 attempts, 205 yards, and 3 touchdowns. What can't this man do?
If Vegas can finish this one off, he is the player of the game. I don't care what it says at the end. Give him the trophy. 9 plays, 100 yards, a 2-yard touchdown rush. And on that drive, Johnson ripped off runs of 11, 36, 28, and 5 to cap it off. This rookie is surely coming into his own today. Snap back, Bordeaux adds the extra point, a 14-point lead again off of the Storm turnover. Don't go anywhere, it's the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be right back. Week 7 Simulation Football League action. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining me today is Ryan Caudill from Las Vegas, Nevada. The hometown Fury on top by 14, trying to put this game away with 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Optimus Klein will return this out of the end zone and across the 20 to the 22. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey. Visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at simulationfl.net. You can hit the shop button, and that is how you get to the store. Some beautiful items in said store. You can see the replica jerseys on the bottom of your screen now. 1st and 10 for the 22. Cochran slings one deep, and that is just out of the reach of Optimus Klein. And when we look at the SFL calendar coming up, Arizona takes on London. Jacksonville will take on Atlanta. Small typo there. Portland will take on Mexico City. Fort Worth and St. Louis. Houston at Baltimore tomorrow night is our crowd play game of the week, but it all continues 2:30 Eastern here, just about 20 minutes away after this game finishes. So if you're enjoying football and it being back on TV, you don't want to go anywhere once this game finishes. We'll send it on to the next one. Out route there, caught by Como, will pick up 4.
Yeah, and this offense starting to get going a little bit. Hopefully Florida has figured out their woes and they're not throwing as many interceptions. Ron Cochran needs to be perfect for the rest of this game if Florida wants this game to go their way. He can't throw any more interceptions, even though this Fury defense is going to try to get as many as they can. We've seen it all game long. We've seen it all season long. They've been so good at getting those takeaways.
4 receivers wide. Doyle the lone back against the 3-2 here. Here is Cochran! Down he goes! Pressure coming on a late blitz, and the Fury rip off a sack.
And Slyn Shady coming in on the linebacker blitz, coming in late, just splitting the defenders, completely unblocked, and that may have just iced this game for the Fury. They may have just won it there. This is going to be a hard deficit for them to come back from Florida's got to go for it here on 4th and 9.
Well, find your best play in the book. You need to get out to the 33-yard line to move the chains. Cochran under center. Doyle offset to the left against the 3-2. Here is Cochran going to sling it. Caught! Ooh, that'll take the wind out of your sails if you're Las Vegas. Optimus Klein converts.
I have no idea how he got that ball into such a tight window between these defenders.
Cochran again. That one incomplete, in and out of the hands of Como.
And that was just such a huge play for Cochran to make. He had to make that throw there. They had to make the catch, because if they don't get that first down on that last play, this game is completely over. Vegas had such good field position. If that ball turned over on downs, they would be getting some free points. This would be a 3-score game, completely out of reach. So Florida doing a good job saving their game, and they've got to be able to go down the field, score a touchdown on this drive.
Gun bunch left against a 3-2 look on defense. Cochran in the shotgun. Stands, takes the snap, gonna throw, pressure coming, and he will not evade it. Rhett Sawyer, another one.
And this Las Vegas defense has just been so unstoppable. Rhett Sawyer getting his 3rd sack of the game there.
3rd and 18, play action for Cochran. Takes the deep ball, tipped up and incomplete, defended well, was trying to find Bush.
Merrick Itera making a play on the ball. That's his 5th pass defended of this game. He's been all over the place, able to get his hands on the ball whenever the play is coming to him. Nearly getting the pick there. Almost another tip drill situation. Nearly the 5th interception of the game for the Fury.
Had him beat, just the throw was a little underthrown. If it would have gone over the top a little bit, might have been good for 6, and it brings up another 4th down, 4th and 18. This one, the toughest that Florida has had to face, no doubt.
This is the game right here. If they can't convert this, Las Vegas is going to be able to take this game into their own hands.
2 in the backfield, 3 wide for Cochran. Short drop, fires it off the hands of Optimus Klein and incomplete.
And that has got to be the game there for Florida. That is just unfortunate. There's still plenty of time left on the clock, but Vegas is going to try to run this clock out as much as they can. And that looked like the right play for Florida. When in doubt, go to Optimus Klein. Looks like he just bumped into his defender, and he wasn't able to get to the ball, but still in a great performance here by Florida. Their offense has been really good. Other than the interceptions, their receivers have really stepped up today.
3:45 still on the clock. Florida still has all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning ahead of them. Down by 14. Give right side Scott. Scott Johnson dancing a little bit. Picks up 10. If you're liking the SFL, you can catch us live every July through October and every January through April over the weekends and Monday nights on 11 Sports for the fans and the SFL's YouTube and Twitch channels. Follow at Simulationfl on Twitter to always get the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups so you don't miss a moment of the action at Simulationfl on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. And you can catch all the SFL action with players, coaches, and owners. And if you want to become a player, coach, or owner, head over to simulationfl.net. Go from couch to field without leaving the comfort of your home. 2 in the backfield. Johnson dots the I with Britton in front of him again. They'll give it to him left side. That time ridden down. Johnson getting a little tired. And when you look at the Fury's upcoming schedule, a couple interesting matchups, especially for playoff seeding, Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. These are going to be some tiebreakers for sure when it comes down to the end of the season. And none of these games are going to be easy wins for the Fury. They're going to have to show up in every single game here today. They need to be able to break out of the pack. If they're at 2-4 right now, they need to be able to win 2 games. You need to be able to break out, get above 500, and show these teams that are going to be in the playoffs what you're capable of.
Well, and when you talk about the game planning of these coaches and owners, is Johnson ridden down again on the left-hand side. He is definitely a factor you have to game plan for, and Florida has some tough games ahead of them, too. That at Portland game is very tricky. One of the league's better defensive fronts there is going to go against a Florida team that struggled to get J.W. Doyle going today. That will take us to the 2-minute warning. 14-point lead for Las Vegas, trying to close this one out. We'll be right back. Las Vegas, Nevada, Silver State Stadium, the site of this Week 7 SFL contest. Florida finds themselves down, not quite out of it just yet. All 3 timeouts still for them, but down by 14. It's a tough task. Handoff, Scott Johnson left side, and he will get to the 25. Timeout by Florida. This field goal will make it a 17-point game, which will be 3 possessions here. So Florida really hoping for a miss, Ryan.
Yeah, if they want a chance to claw back into this game, this field goal coming up for Vegas has to miss. They needed to call that timeout, conserve some clock, but they need the miss here because a 3-score game may be just out of reach. You know, it's hard to get 1 onside kick, let alone 2.
Well, we saw it last night when the Lone Star Glory recovered 2, so 3 scores not impossible in under 2 minutes, just tough. Bordeaux, ooh, little bit of trouble with the snap, does get the kickoff and up from 41. Wow, what a great job by the holder for Las Vegas to corral that one. It looked rough.
Yeah, it was a tough one there, but Boudreaux able to get the ball up through the uprights, and that was what was key for Vegas to try and ice this game. I mean, we almost saw it this week. The Glory almost able to come back from such a huge deficit. And Florida has a chance to do the same if they can, drive up the field. Ron Cochran can't turn the ball over. If he can figure out this defense here in the last 2 minutes, then Florida has a game for themselves, but it's just going to be a tough one for them to claw back from.
Optimus Klein will bring this out from 5 deep. Out across the 20, up to the 24, and that is where Ron Cochran will come back out. Luckily for Florida, 4 receivers and a tight end. They like to throw the ball, Ryan, so, always a chance.
Yeah, they do like to throw the ball, so they are well prepared for what would, need to be a huge comeback. They have the man himself, Optimus Klein. He's one of the best receivers in the league, so he can always make a play. He's always that X factor for this Florida offense.
3 receivers wide, Bush in the slot. They're going to throw the out route here to Optimus Klein. Turns upfield. Optimus Klein still on his feet to the 49, and there is Florida's second timeout.
And that's what I just said. I mean, Optimus Klein, he has the chance. Any given play, he gets the ball in his hands. He's a dangerous man, getting up the sideline, just wide open there, breaking the tackle, getting a huge gain for Florida. That's exactly what this offense needs if they want to be able to come back into this game.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Minute 41 to go here. Four wide receivers wide. Trips to the top of your screen. 3-2 look out of Las Vegas. Doyle will flank Ron Cochran sidecar left. Here is Cochran to throw. Finds Stephen Bush. That is caught. First down yardage to the 38. And now we go hurry up.
Yeah, they need to hurry up here, get the ball into the end zone. They have to conserve as much of this time as they can.
4 wide again. Cochran fires, caught. Beautiful throw and catch to Minson.
Yeah, they keep finding these open spaces. Ron Cochran keeps driving this ball upfield. Florida's offense looking good right now.
All slants there, caught up the middle. Little shake and bake to the 10.
And this is a great formation for them to be going up against. Clearly, they're finding these open spaces between the zones and using that middle of the field really well.
Cochran to throw again. Stands in the pocket, delivers across the middle. That is caught by Bush. Fighting. Will only get to the 2.
Now, this would be a good time. You got to throw it. You got to get into the end zone. You're right on the door here.
Man defense for Las Vegas. Here's the throw. Diving catch is made. E.J. Minson puts 6 on the board for the Storm, and they are not done yet.
Not even close. They drive up the field in less than a minute. What a great drive from Florida. That's exactly what they needed to get back into this game. They've got a long way to go and only 40 seconds to do it, but nothing is impossible here in the Simulation Football League.
They will elect to kick this one to make it a 10-point game. Sneed is on for the extra point. Hold down kick is on the way, and that one is good. Not the tough kick that Sneed will have to make. This onside attempt here would be the tougher of the 2.
And we saw the great Wally Herman getting 2 onside kicks yesterday. Just last night, we can see if Sneed can do the impossible and do it again here today.
Ball lined up at the 30. Las Vegas ready to try and defend the onside kick. And here we go. It is a bouncer, and it is right into the hands of the Las Vegas Fury. They will round this one out with that recovery.
Yeah, good job by the Fury recovering that. No funny business there. No drops, no butterfingers, nothing like that. And the Fury put together such a great game today. Tom Rahman was throwing the ball so well, but even better, Scott Johnson on the ground game, running the ball all over Florida's offense. They really didn't have an answer for Scott Johnson, able to get 215 yards today on 24 attempts and count them, 3 touchdowns for the man, adding to his total. He only had 1 coming into this game. He triples that. He doubles his yard total going into this game. It's just an all-around great game by Scott Johnson. He really was the premier back in this match.
Quite a surprise for Florida. They did not look ready for the run game of Scott Johnson, and that just goes to show you the chess match that these teams and coaches are playing week in and week out to try and trick the other one into getting some plays that work. And for Las Vegas, Scott Johnson runs away with this contest, a 37-27 victory, and a big one for the Fury, who will go up to 3-4 and drop Florida to 3-4 as well, and a tiebreaker for the Fury over top of them.
Yeah, that is so huge going into, we're talking about playoffs at this point. The playoffs conversation has got to be coming up. Even though this is only week 7, these tiebreakers are going to come up huge later on in the season. This one against Florida. Florida is going to be one of those teams that's going to be trying to claw for that last spot at 3-4. They're definitely on the bottom side of the list.
Lots of turnovers, lots of rushing yards for Scott Johnson and these two quarterbacks. Tough games for each of them, but Las Vegas comes out victorious at home, a home win for the Fury over the visiting Florida Storm. Ryan, break it down for us.
Well, this game was all Fury, all defense, all day long. I mean, the interceptions were so huge for Fury. Anything that the Florida got going, they, had some decent drives, but then the ball gets tipped, it's in the air, and that's Fury territory all day long. And they were able to get these interceptions and limit what the offense of the Storm could do. They get 37 points on the day, so many of these points coming off of turnovers. They were able to capitalize on the attempts that they were given by that defense. That was also key, was that they could get the points and pad that lead and make sure that Florida had no coming back. Another key factor in this game was the running game, of course. Scott Johnson had a career day, the best day of his career, clearly, and just ran all over the Florida Storm defense. Once he got into that open field, there was no stopping him getting those touchdowns. And, Florida, they put up a really great fight. I'll give them all credit that they are due. The defense, Ryan Davidson made some great picks on the day. Cochran really was throwing his heart out, but they just couldn't get it done on Vegas's territory.
The Fury at home get the victory, a 10-point win over Florida. Plenty of SFL action coming up throughout today. We have 2 more games right here on the 11 Sports Network and on For the Fans. Next up, Arizona will head to London. Colin Northrup and Rick Northrup have the call from Europe. That is at 2:30 Eastern. And then at 4:30 Eastern, Jacksonville heads to Atlanta. Eric Vincent and Cade Stevens on the call for that one. So if you're enjoying football here, don't go anywhere. 11 Sports and For the Fans has more games, more SFL games coming towards you. And then tonight, Portland at Mexico City on the SFL's Twitch page with Tim Hackett and Mikey Improda. And then Fort Worth will head to St. Louis with Damon Simeon and Charles Daugherty on YouTube. Today, I think it's got to be Scott Johnson, but Ryan, anyone else making a case for player of the game?
He had more rushing yards than Tom Rahman did throwing yards, which doesn't happen very often, and I think that there's no one more deserving of the game ball than Scott Johnson because of just the dominance that he showed, the way he was able to break out into the open field and really put the offense on his back. Getting those scores, getting those touchdowns was so huge for that offense to get going and beat this Florida defense, which is a really strong team. They're nothing to scoff at. They've really been a great team this season, and Vegas really brought it to them today.
Your player of the game today is indeed Scott Johnson. 25 attempts, 207 yards, and 3 touchdowns for all of us here at the SFL. I'm Andy Hamilton for Ryan Caudill. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of today's games.